I'd like to see a much more developed Africa.
Tony Elumelu often boasts that he earned his financial security in Africa from Africa. It's a theme that's better understood once you know more of his story. I want to talk about you as a person, too, because I understand you were born in Nigeria, in Jos, Nigeria. Who were your parents? Where did you get educated? And how were you ambitious as a child? Were you a small businessman at age 5?
Yeah, no, I wasn't a businessman at age 5. But so my parents, middle-class Africans. I was born in Jos, and I went to school, primary school, secondary school, university, first degree, and second degree in Nigeria. I read economics, first degree, and my second degree, master's degree, also in economics. Everything, born, bred, educated in Africa. But later in life, I went to Harvard for a postgraduate A&B program. However, I like to say that growing up, a couple of things affected and influenced who I became in life, okay, or what I became. One was what my dad always told us when we were growing up, that if you earn $1 and you don't save anything, if you earn $1 billion, you won't save anything. And so that discipline of investment, keeping something, don't consume everything you get, actually helped me significantly. So philosophy of savings, deferred consumption, philosophy of making long-term investment, and also as a child I read a lot. So reading, knowing what was happening in other parts of the world, how great leaders were transforming corporate America and other places, excited me so much. So I grew up with this mindset that what these guys did, I would do the same. And so that drove the whole idea of turnaround. It's exciting when we talk about turnaround, when we have the opportunity to turn around business, and we do it well. We turn around business, we create value for shareholders and for stakeholders, in fact. So that that growing up phase helped to influence what I finally became in life. And
now your wife is a physician, but she's also a partner, business partner, right?
Yes.
How does that work?
Well, so Ezodin is largely a family office that manages our investments in other companies. And so she and I sit on the board of Ezodin. And she's a physician, but she's a family member. And she understands, I think we've influenced each other, been married since 1990. We've influenced each other. 1993, sorry. We've influenced each other so much. That's 20 years this year. We've influenced each other so much. She understands my thought process. I understand her thought process. And we share a common objective of building a legacy, a common objective of building businesses to last, a common objective of perpetuity, a common objective of value creation. So once people are harmonized and aligned on core key values, the details fall in place so easily.
Mm-hmm. And you have 5 daughters?
Yes.
Wow. What are their ages?
They are between 6 and 11.
Wow. That's a lot of responsibility.
A lot. That's why they're harassing me, Daddy, when are you coming back? So that's why I'm going back this evening.
Uh-huh. And, you said your father was so important to you, just in your life and your ideas. What do you try to do? How do you try to instill in them your own values?
In fact, my children, like this kind of conversation we're having, when they come out, they will watch it. They will analyze it. We'll talk about it. I know the importance of reading when I was growing up. So the kind of gifts I give to my children, I take them to bookshop, we buy books, and we do reading competition at home. Every weekend, the best girl at home is the one that finishes and is able to summarize. Last trip to New York, I got them laptops because I want them to begin to write stories. I've seen the essence of education. I've seen how creativity comes like this. Creativity, you need to, so you read, ask them to write story. Okay, so change it this way. And also role modeling. My daughter addressed a crowd of 5,000 people at the age of 8. And I told her, we recorded, we kept it. And I said, I didn't have this background. If I had the opportunity to address 5,000 by the age of 8, then I'll conquer the stage fright of, addressing people. But for me, we're training all of them for the competitive world we see ahead of us.
And Elumelu is not just preparing his children for that competitive world. Through the Tony Elumelu Foundation, which he started after retiring from his banking career, he mentors young African professionals and gives them opportunities with African-owned companies across the continent.
So you cannot talk about uplifting Africa today, or these 90 million people, without talking about how to address the unemployment issue we have in Africa. And how you address the unemployment issue in Africa is embedded in the discussion we're having here today.
Tony Elumelu doesn't just talk about long-term investment. Next, we'll hear about the bold commitment he's making to his continent.
Since we preach that the private sector should do long-term investment in Africa, in key sectors, there's no sector at this point in time to us that is as strategic as power sector.